Hi, my name is Barry Selby, and this is Messages from the Masculine, number 26, Feminine Sovereignty. And this really is an extension of a conversation I had in number 24, which is about feminine shamanism and divinity, but this is going a different direction, and it came up after that conversation with a friend, so I'll explain it here. There's something coming through as a message, and I'm noticing my Facebook Lives have been in a flow, not sequential as much as being a starting point, but there's basically something happening now where the message is getting deeper. Yes, I've done conversations about love and relationships, and I do tips and things about love and life. I'll do more of those, I presume. But right now the messages are getting into a more global perspective. And as I said, two broadcasts ago, called Feminine Divinity and Shamanism, have really hit home for a lot of women, apparently, and men too. But I'm recognizing that this is a bigger topic, so I want to put this on the table. I probably won't cover all of it because I don't want to do a 4-hour talk, because this is a much bigger conversation than I can really do in a few minutes, because these talks are usually 10 minutes or so. So what I want to speak to, in a way, is the course correction I'm hoping we're going to do on the planet. Yes, I'm a guy, hello, hence the facial hair and stuff. But I'm also very much aware of my own journey from moving out of the anti-macho perspective into the masculine evolution that I've been growing through and going through. It's good, growing through, that sounded pretty good, over the last 10 years. And how it's also moving in a position of having deep reverence and respect and service to the feminine, hence these talks called Messages from the Masculine. This is number 26, in case you hadn't realized that. But because I'm doing these, it's opening up my own vessel, my own channel for information to come through. Some of these talks I don't have script. Well, none of these talks I have scripted, and some of them are getting pretty deep. So I thought I'd start the deep title and see what happens. If you've been following me on Facebook or on social media, because I do repurpose these broadcasts onto YouTube, so they're on both places, you know that I'm very passionate about this. And in fact, I'm very anchored in a place of deep respect for women being in their feminine. And it's challenging, to be honest, watching women who are not in their feminine. And I'm working on my own judgments about that. That's nothing to do with them. That's my stuff. But watching it happen in the political arena, in the celebrity arena, and in any sort of leadership roles where women have basically been trained, because they got trained to do this usually, by parents or by society, to act like the men, to copy the men, to succeed, to do well. I just was doing a video a little earlier for a program I launched for women to help attract the love they want, because most women have become hunters in that role because they're copying the men. So when I speak to sovereignty, what I'm really getting to, I believe, is how women are destined in their ownership and their full expression to become the queen of their own life. And we men, masculine men watching this, our destiny is to step into our own kingship. And these aren't bloated, ermine and mink-covered roles we sit on thrones and just lord over people. I don't mean that. What I mean is being sovereign in our own lives. I guess this talk is going to cover both sides. Of course. It never goes where I plan. But I'm aware for all of us, men and women, as we grow and mature, and I don't mean grow old, but grow up, there is a letting go of the me, my, mine focus. At least I hope there is for many of us. Some people never let go of that. I'm very aware in the public arena we've seen that. But for many of us, we've grown to a place of we versus me, in contribution versus selfishness, in legacy and making a difference versus what can I take from everything. And that to me is a stepping towards that level of monarchy, if there's a generic word for both, royalty, or leading that place. And for women out there, as most of my clients and a lot of my friends are very dynamic, very strong, very successful business women, there's I'm trying to carefully say this, I don't want to say a piece missing. There's a sense that some of you have not been shown or not been aware of what you may be missing, which is recognizing your own ability to lead from a place, and this is in your personal life versus business life, from a place of compassion and care and love, versus like cutthroat, kill, be killed type mental ways in the business world, because that's what the business world was designed to attract. So men, which are naturally hunters, will go to that easily, and women had to copy that to match that. So, and I'm just watching this coming because, again, this is not scripted, so I'm just letting things flow through. and some of them don't make sense, and I'm trusting they do when they come through me because I have no control of this topic. My passion, as I've said in other videos and I've said here as well, is in service to the feminine, the divine feminine in all women. And it's in men too. And as was said in a previous conversation online, masculine and feminine are not gender-based. They tend to be gender-aligned, but not gender-based. So for women, generally towards the feminine is natural, some towards the masculine, and men, most towards the masculine, some towards the feminine. So it's not about men and women necessarily. But in the context of this conversation, I'm speaking about women being their feminine because that's the queen energy, that's the sovereignty energy I'm talking about. As I said, we men can move into our kingship the same way, but it's just different from masculine and feminine polarities. Like I said, masculine is the hunting energy, feminine is the attracting energy, to put it in simple terms. And I mentioned that in the last 2 Facebook Lives. Okay, I'm running circles. Let me just get to the point here. There's a point in the middle of this somewhere. I'm just clearing away the stuff in the way of it. This is what's coming up. Okay. I'm aware and very disturbed, distressed, upset by watching how on the planet as a whole, particularly in the Western world, the divide, or I should say the control of the feminine spirit by the male-dominated, the patriarchal society is becoming more and more painful to watch. It's been going for thousands of years. So it's not new by any means. But I'm very aware that of late there's been the intention to step back 17 paces to put us back in the 1950s in some ways, which is where a very controlling aspect of the male-dominated society was doing things, and we weren't treated with respect. And the women that are succeeding have been really looking like men versus feminine women. And I'm looking at the political leaders across the world, not just Hillary Clinton, so I'm not speaking to America, but like Angela Merkel, Theresa May, and other people in the political arena, in the leadership around the world, don't look very feminine. Because the world doesn't respect, it seems, on the surface, feminine energy in leadership. Now, there's been a whole different conversation coming up because of the Wonder Woman movie that came out a couple of weeks ago, which has started conversations pro and against this, which is interesting to watch. I stand in one side of this conversation, people stand in the other one, it's all part of the conversation. The fact we're having a conversation is a good start. But what I want to speak to is a global, I'm just thinking, okay, 7 billion people on the planet, what can I do? It's a message I want to reach to more people, that for ladies, women who own and claim your feminine gifts, I support you. Let me say that. I believe that more men are also waking up to support you as well. That when you step into your feminine, it isn't something that should be closeted and hidden away because men won't accept it. Sure, some men do not understand it, and some men, frankly, are absolutely shit scared of it. But I personally believe more men are going to wake up to it when they see how amazing, how supportive, how compassionate, and how powerful you are in your feminine. I've had experience of that, so I'm an absolute fan, an absolute dedicated fan to this. So I want to speak to this as an encouragement and also as a invitation, if it were, to say that the more you do claim your feminine gifts in the world, express them, share them, own them, and bring sisterhood together, so you're not tearing each other down, but you're building each other up, women. I mean, we men could learn from you about this, to be honest, that when you're doing that, it changes the planet. And right now we're so close to a precipice of where this planet may not recover from. I ask you to do it now, not later. There's so much that is changing in the world, which is good news because there's a lot of flux and a lot of permeability to what the culture is up to be. It isn't stuck in a rut. So you, ladies, can break through the surface of that, as it were, to break through that glass ceiling, if you want to call it, but to really step out of the mold of the male energy and claim your feminine gifts and own them in the world. That is sovereignty. My God, I got to the message. I was wondering where it was going, so that was really my point. So there's more to talk about. I know, I can feel it, but I'm sort of feeling these things come through in chunks, like I tend to do. And most of these run about 9-10 minutes each, because that's all that comes through in each segment, but I have to do each one in series. So this is number 26 in a series, and I welcome you to go look at the other ones. I'll post the link below of my website where I've stored all the previous ones in sequence. You can watch them. And I'm sure there's a 27 and 28 coming through on a similar topic, but I'm trusting it'll come through as it does. So, having said that, thank you for watching, and feel free to share this out. If you want any comments below, I will respond to the comments after the video is ended. And take to heart what I'm saying. This might be of value to you, men and women. We can all grow into our sovereignty. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.